Being a gamer can mean many different things, but it also means choosing between many different things. Today, gameranx brings you 10 of the toughest decisions made by gamers. Number 10, in multiplayer, whether or not you go back for your best friend. And this applies to games where there is permadeath and where there isn't. Let's say you're in an FPS and there is no permadeath. Still, your best friend is who you're playing the game with, and do you go back to them? Do you save their life? Do you save their score? Do you give them the assistance that they need to get out of the situation they're in? Or do you go, fuck that, my shield is much lower than it should be. I need to get somewhere and recharge this, otherwise this is going to be a net loss. It really depends. I like my friend. I'm playing the game with them because I like them, but I also want to do better in the game. Number 9, to rage quit or not to rage quit. In sports or fighting games, it becomes obvious that you're eventually going to lose one way or the other. Do you stay in the game and allow the loss to happen, or do you exit? Now, some people would say that it's really just uncourteous to rage quit a game, and it's the truth. In a lot of cases, it denies the other player any experience points they might have gotten, and in some cases denies them a win. But as this happens more and more, gaming gets more popular, rage quitting gets more popular, games are implementing more and more penalty systems for the rage quit. I'm gonna go ahead and say though that it is a massive shame that Street Fighter V did not launch with one. Number 8, naming your RPG character. Sometimes I wonder if this is really a good choice to have actually been given in the first place. Having the ability to name your RPG character, just anything, means I end up spending an inordinate amount of time sitting there with a baby name guide up on my computer, trying to figure out the name of the person that I'm going to spend all of my time in this new world as. Number 7, to try an unfamiliar genre of video game or not. Now, with an established genre that you're already aware of, there's some degree of knowing how to play the game already before you even go in. An entirely unfamiliar genre means you will have to pay attention to that awful tutorial that lasts forever and not just skip through it as fast as you can and figure out the minor differences in the game from the other games in the genre because you don't know the other games in the genre. It's a completely new experience for you, and in a lot of cases that can be a good thing. You should always have an open mind, but it is also tough. Some people just have too much going on in their life at once to sit down and say, yeah, I want to learn how to play Dark Souls. Because the mercilessly unforgiving action game that requires a lot of split-second decisions is a different genre than, say, real-time strategy. Number 6, to trade or not. You could apply this to two things. Whether in-game you trade your resources to get better resources, or whether or not you trade the game to buy a new game. Now, in-game, I like to hoard stuff. I'm not going to say that I am a major trader in gaming, which is something that a lot of people have strong opinions on. But in real life, I'm like, get rid of this copy of the game. I'm not going to play it again. I want the new game, and I don't have just an endless amount of money to spend on video games at all times. So I guess you could say I'm kind of at odds with my virtual self with that, because in real life, I'm certainly not much of a hoarder. However, in gaming, you could do one of those shows on me. Number 5. Whether you kill the NPC or spare them. Oftentimes after you beat a villain, you have a conversation in which you get to choose whether or not you kill them. But not just that. You also often have the choice to do it with just random people. Some games allow you to just go around and kill everybody you see. And some people like doing that because it can be fun or funny. But some people don't like doing that. Some people find that to be just really uncool. But ultimately it's a video game, so whatever you choose, just remember that that isn't real life and it doesn't reflect who you are. It can, but if you actually care about it on this level, it probably doesn't. Number 4, whether to save and continue or save and quit at 3 a.m. Oh yes, you know what I'm talking about. 3 a.m. is a hazardous time for a gamer because you've been tired for a few hours and that hasn't stopped you already. You're saying to yourself, do I keep going? Because I know it's gonna be terrible tomorrow, but I am pretty absorbed in the game. Absorbed enough to have made it to 3 a.m. already. Does it really matter to me if I'm dead tomorrow? Because I'm already at the point where I'm gonna be. So is this gonna make it worse? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But a lot of the time, the tempting of the continue causes little catnaps the next day. Number 3, what to drop in order to stop from being over encumbered, particularly in RPGs where there's a weight limit on your inventory. Do you drop your food that replenishes your health? Do you drop weapons that you're probably not going to use anymore? Do you drop crafting items? Do you drop barter items? What do you get rid of? It depends on the situation, and it's so tough. You're saying to yourself, I'm stuck. I can't choose. I need to, but I can't. Number 2, whether you PC game or whether you console game. And certainly there are obvious advantages to both. With a PC, you get more power, you get more customization, you get the ability to install mods at least easier. Some games are now featuring mods on consoles, but not on the same degree that a PC game can. Or do you go with console gaming, which is you plug the thing into the TV and then you enjoy the game? Sure, it may not be the absolute highest, most perfect version of the game, but you are also sitting on your couch, presumably not 3 feet away from your television, and you're not really playing it for the graphics. You're playing it because you enjoy video games. And most certainly on the PC, you're also playing the game because you enjoy video games. However, there are definitely elements of pride and identity that figure into PC gaming that you don't see with console gamers. And finally, number 1, if you are a console gamer, which console do you buy? Now, it used to be very much that the consoles themselves were much more different in architecture of the hardware, but it's not so much like that anymore. Nowadays, it's kind of the function. What are they going to do besides play games for you? Does it matter to you if it does something other than play video games? For me personally, obviously it doesn't. I have a smart TV. I don't need all the shit that the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 do, so that's not a factor to me which one I buy. So is it really just marketing that's between these two things? That's the question you have to ask, and if you're buying a console based entirely on that, which I hope you're not, you need to ask yourself, is it just hype that caused me to do this? Because both consoles do actually have different exclusives that do matter. Did you buy the Xbox despite the exclusives that you wanting being on PlayStation 4? We're all susceptible to marketing. The only difference is recognizing that you're susceptible to it and being literate in the means to counteract it. What's a tough decision you've had to make as a gamer? I'll meet you in the comments. Let's have a discussion there. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. And if you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so because we upload brand new videos every single day of the week. We thank you so much for watching this video. And as always, we will see you next time right here on gameranx.